hear it in the clouds. lost the backpack here.
It's not that one. Or that one. Oh.
I don't know who this one is.
Number 8.
Oh, the might's on.
Isn't that for us?
Oh, the might's on.
It keeps on going on and off.
Just mute it for now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Irene Cricket Club. My name is Sean Mez and I'm here with Gert Malone, and this is the first warm-up match between the Global Cricket Tournament International 11 versus the Titans. Good afternoon, Gert.
Good afternoon, Sean. It's going to be an interesting afternoon. It's been an interesting day for us thus far. It's been very gloomy, and all of a sudden the sun came out. Still a few clouds around. And this is a fascinating little tournament that we're going to play. We got the combination of 3 different parts of the world coming together in one team, playing a formidable team like the Titans.
Speaking of this tournament, we have, as you say, the Titans. All right, you've got players from South Africa teaming up with players from Japan, from England, as well as Namibia. And the whole purpose of this tournament is to expose the young talent in this country and get them and get the exposure they desperately need to play at the top level.
That's going to be interesting as well, because we actually see now that we've got one of the Japanese players at the crease at the moment, also the Japanese captain.
Yes, Maya Nagida is the Japanese captain, and she was their player of the year. That is the end of KD Tap over. It's the second over of the match, and the global cricket tournament, the internationals, the GCT internationals, are currently 2 wickets down. Gandhi Jafta had a dream start with the ball, with a wicket on her first ball, taking out Sophia Smale, and later on in that innings got the wicket of her fellow opener Haruna Iwasaki, also from Japan, where Sophia Smale is from England.
Yeah, both of them was the first deliveries each batter faced. So after the first over, they were 2 wickets down for 1 run on the board as Jafta continues.
Narrowly missing the off stump. I must say this pitch will benefit somebody like Jafta. She bowls, I would say, a very slow off spin. But this pitch, because of because how wet it has been, bounces a little bit more, but is a lot slower. So it does need somebody to wait for the ball. Probably will be easier to play a lot square of the wicket. But as you can see, Florence Miller batting with Maya Nagida, who is looking to attack. You know, they're taking their time, given that 2 wickets fell in the first over.
Yeah, all of a sudden the power play now becomes a case of just surviving the power play with not any more wickets down, making sure that you don't lose too many in that first 6. You mentioned it, look at it, just playing square is a lot easier, and Jafta is slow, and with this pitch being a little bit spongy, the turn's going to be slow. You've got to wait that little bit longer for the ball, and as you mentioned, it's going to be easier to play square. She only got the 1 out at deep square.
I think that is a very good plan for Gandhi Jafta, knowing that they want to play square, and as we can see, right, with everybody in the circles almost enticing her to play over the top straighter, play your drives, because that is a lot harder shot.
Mentioning a lot harder shot, a lovely shot through the covers, and they'll look to double up. The outfield, with the amount of rain, as you mentioned, is very, very slow. It is a lush green outfield, but it is still going to be very soggy and very slow as the end of the 3rd over and the 2nd over for Jafta comes to a close.
And she has been a tremendous start. What a way to get the warm-up games started. And I'm very sure that playing all the matches here at Irene Cricket Club.
Yeah, it's a fantastic venue, isn't it? It's lovely to look around. It's the Irene Cricket Club grounds, but it's also the Irene Country Club. They've got paddle, they've got tennis, they've got a whole array of sports. It's a beautiful venue.
Yes, and the Titans girls will be, I would say, almost excited. They lost this toss. The internationals winning the toss and choosing to bat first. But the intent is there. Right, the outfield is slow, so Flo Miller looking to attack that one. Jafta getting a hand on the ball. Just keeping it down to 2.
Yeah, lovely flick of the wrists. Just to get that one to the right-hand side. You can just hear the intensity of all the goals. Encouraging. There's that square shot you were talking about. Just waiting for the ball to set up. And could this be the first boundary? Yes, it is. The first boundary for the day.
Flo Miller wasting no time. Rocked onto the back foot and slapped that one. Coming from KD Tap. 4-4 through square leg. To stand and deliver. That is what she's doing. She's delivering.
What a delivery straight through the gap. I just wanted to mention she's got a bit of a baseball stance to her. And this one, it almost looks like she's lost it.
Yes, that ball, I would say nipping in. Kaylee Tapp likes to attack the stumps. So always in for it. You want to get somebody like Flo Miller out early, and it seems that she wasn't unsure whether to go forward or go back, but Kaylee Tapp, just sticking to her guns, bowling at a good length, has managed to rattle Flo Miller's stumps, and she is gone.
Lovely delivery, just nipping that one in from the seam. Got one or two to straighten up, and we saw that lovely flick of the wrists in the previous shot, just getting the gap, and this one just sticking to her guns, maybe a little bit fuller than the previous delivery, just going through the gate in between the fences. You can if you see a little bit of maybe weariness, travel weariness from the internationals, not picking the pitch, and also I'm very surprised that they wanted to bat first. They might feel with 6 English players, they might be used to these sort of conditions.
But I think also, given that it is a warm-up game, you know, may as well get out there, see what the pitch is doing, treat it as a warm-up game.
Yeah, it's just getting everything started. We missed a 50-over game yesterday, but tomorrow will be another 50-over fixture as well. This is the first of the week's T20s. Big weekend coming up as well.
It's a big weekend where we welcome the Titans and Eastern Storm for the official start of the Global Cricket Tournament.
What a lovely shot, just leading on to that one, caressing it through the covers. They might even triple up on this one. Oh, great running by the internationals.
Top running, that is why you need some of these professionals. The players around them will learn from seeing things like this, just leaning into it, just playing their game, and also just taking advantage. Kaylee Tapp just, I would say, straying from her line, just out wide. She does, I would say, her natural is just to shape the ball away from the right-hander. That one, I would say, was almost a gimme.
Just giving herself a little bit of room and just slapping it over. Cover once again, another 2.
Mayana Gira showing that she's not going to waste time with this power play. Who does want to force the players onto the 30-yard ring. Not a bad ploy, especially in the power play. It's just disappointing, I would say, for her. She's not getting value for her shots. Given that the outfield is very slow, so it does plug a little bit, especially with the ball hits in the air.
Oh, leading edge, and because of her aggressive nature, she's just forced the Tigers to move back to that circle, like you said, and that could so easily, in that first over, that probably would have been a catch because they were in a lot tighter.
And the first over, definitely, you saw after that shot, extra cover moved out wider, moved back to the edge of the circle. But given that Kaylee Tapp has been attacking the stumps and has been successful, as we saw, she rattled Flo Miller's stumps. I think she will want to keep her line as straight as possible.
Exactly what you mentioned. As soon as that line is straighter, they almost look a lot more tentative to actually play an aggressive or a positive stroke towards her. That's the end of her second over for Kaylee Tapp, the end of the 4th. 2 to go in the first 6 in the power play for the internationals. Mara Carr just faced the one delivery and played a lovely cover drive for the 3 runs.
Yes, that is what we can expect. 4 overs into the power play. I think Paulina Mashishi will continue. She has had a dream start with 2 wickets in her first over, has been very economical, and just wants to keep them under pressure. Pressure will be the name of the game, especially in the power play. Want to minimize the amount of boundaries, minimize the singles, and these 2 are running well between the wickets. So the plan here is to attack with the star bowler, who everybody is struggling to play, and with the hot sun, it will only get easier to bat. So it will almost be just get through the power play.
I mentioned in the previous over, just get through the power play, don't lose too many wickets. They're already 3 down. It's going to make that back end of the innings very hard to catch up. Lovely use of the feet, and it's up maybe just a little bit deep there on the heels.
A little bit deep, but it's understandable given how these two have been attacking. But a great intent, and that will be, if you can't get the boundaries, keep the scoreboard ticking. Keep looking to rotate strike.
Again, just a single, worked it around the corner. It's looking to maybe get it a little bit fine and past that fielder at 45. Huge piece of vacant land just past her. Left or right would have been more runs.
It's not a bad option given that they want the batter to try and play across the line. Paulina Mashishi has been bowling a very straight line, has been looking to attack the stumps. So it's almost saying, there's the gap at square leg. Try and access it. But remember, you miss, I hit, and that is the trade with women's cricket.
As you mentioned, she's changing her angle of attack to around the wicket and trying to tighten up that angle a bit more straight at the off stump, turning it into that middle, just doing something different.
Yes, scores 23 for 3. Paulina Mashishi, last 2 balls of her over in this power play. Oh, sorry, that is the over. 23 for 3.
That one just died. You can see where the keeper took it right on the bootlaces there. So far, fantastic job done by these two. The running between the wickets have been with intent.
Yes,
been positive.
They really have looked to, I'd say, to play themselves in. Right, but both of these batters have travelled a long way to get here, with Maya Nagida from Japan and Marika coming all the way from Essex just to play in this tournament. So I'd say maybe just dusting off the jet lag.
Realising the only way isn't just Essex.
100%. But we have a bowling change in the last over of the power play. We've got Alicia Rudolph, who is, I'd say, experienced when it comes to the Global Cricket Tournament. The last one, I'd say the inaugural tournament, she played for Eastern Storm. She is a handy all-rounder, somebody you can count on, handy with the ball, manages to get a bit of turn, is a very experienced player, very aggressive batter, very aggressive player as well.
Oh, and nearly success with the very first delivery. Dropping down on a knee is Carr. Just getting it over the head of that very short mid-wicket.
I'd say this is where you then have to make a decision. Are you going to stay on the ring, or are you going to come in for that, let's say, that false shot, that early shot, the one that spoons up a little bit?
Oh, into play once again, very nearly, and just eluding that mid-wicket that has moved back to the circle. Beating on the right-hand side, another single there.
You can see the intent, Amaraka and Maya Nagida looking to rotate the strike. That is the plan, especially losing 3 wickets in the power play. Not the best start the internationals would have been hoping for. But these two, I would say, experienced campaigners in their own right, in their respective countries, showing intent as well as showing that 3 wickets down doesn't mean the game is over. Build a partnership, bat long. The longer you bat, the easier it gets.
Doesn't matter what format you play in, partnerships is key. If it's bowling partnerships, or in this case batting partnerships, you need to build partnerships.
Maya Nagida will probably look to attack Alicia. She bowls a lot quicker than Paulina Mashishi. A lot straighter. I wouldn't say get as much turn or bounce, but that's the bowler she's looking to attack. However, she keeps finding the fielder, can't get off strike. So this one, she'll be looking to go over the top. But Alicia, I would say, slowed it up. Only could get the single, but well adjusted. That is the end of the power play, and Alicia Rudolph's over. The score is 23 for 3.
Yeah, it's a decent power play. It's not, I think, where they want it to be. I think they would have liked to be around about the 40, 45 mark. Maybe with 1 or 2 wickets less on the board. They would have loved to see Sophia Smale get into the game a bit more.
I think they would have enjoyed for her to get to fire. I would say to fire, just in general. But I think she, being the all-rounder that she is, the up-and-coming player that she is probably looking at this deck and her mouth is watering. Didn't contribute with the bat, but probably will come through with the ball.
You see another bowling change. Continue with this spin. Thus far, it's been working for the Titans.
And if it's not broken, you don't fix it. And there are lots of spin options here with Rasika Maharaj coming in for her first over of the spell. The field was spread out a little bit more. They're bringing in long on in with only one fielder out at deep mid-wicket.
Again, one of those off spinners that's very slow through the air. Means the turner's going to be slow. The batter's got to generate all the power, all the pace on the ball.
So her options would be to run at her. But with Maharaj bowling quite wide, there's no reason to, right? If you hang back, wait for the ball, you can cut it. You can cut it, but it's not bouncing as much as she would like. So her option would be to run at it. Double step, go to her, generate some pace, get the ball going. She is, let's say, trying to overpower the ball, so she's not getting the contact that she would like and keeps finding that extra cover fielder.
I agree with you. Standing still and waiting for it, it's not going to generate that much. What we've seen is that the Japanese captain Nagira is not very wristy. She likes playing through the line of the ball. So the wrist isn't going to help to generate more pace on the ball. Maybe because she's bowling so wide, get tighter into that angle, go towards it. See a lot straighter. This makes it easier. Top in the game. The power play done. She's dropped down, I would say looks like about 15 meters off the fence. Just the one, but that's what I mean. You can't generate power from there. There's no pace on the delivery, so the ball doesn't really go anywhere.
So she's very lucky she didn't get more on that. Otherwise, Kelly Tup would be in the game. Not the ideal line that Maharaj would have wanted to bowl. Right, a lot straighter. They've seen that it puts the batters under pressure. It's the end of the 7th over, 28 for 3. It's not a bad start from Maharaj, but also I would say should want to come a lot straighter. Got away with a few wide ones. And as the game goes on, I don't think that's the line she would want to be bowling.
I actually think it's the ploy against Nayagira, because she's been looking very compact, looking to play straight, and we saw that one that straight, she actually went through the line. And she looks a lot more comfortable, the ball into her, than it actually is a little bit straighter. So it might be the captain's ploy. So listen, just bowl a bit wider, because 5 out of the 6 deliveries were a lot wider, was on that 4-5 meter stump. So maybe they're working with a plan.
Kelly Tup just doing a little bit of curating there. You know, that's the beauty of tournaments like this. You make friends everywhere. Everybody helps each other out. And also, I think, protecting the pitch for her batters.
You never know what happens in your career. You might apply for a job here one day. You never know.
And now you see a very good ball from Rudolph, attacking that off stump. You see Katie Tup came out of the slips, and now you've got 2 mid-wickets, knowing that Maya Nagira is looking. I would say that's where her power shot is. Her boundary option is to go over mid-wicket.
Oh, giving a wicket away. Did all the hard work, gets a low full toss, a low fully, and just pops it back to Rudolph. And that is the 4th wicket down for the internationals and the first one for Rudolph.
She will be, that was a very soft dismissal for her. However, I don't, given that this is a warm-up game, I don't think that this is too bad. I would say that getting to know the conditions. We'll be disappointed, but almost salivating. We'll want more, given that dismissal was a very soft one.
Yeah, well, you're an international player yourself. How do you feel when it comes to the warm-ups? Do you feel that is the form that you're taking into a tournament, or do you see it as literally what the word says, a warm-up? Get some pitch time, feel it 1 or 2 deliveries on the bat. How do you approach it?
I approach it like any other game. I'm a little bit too competitive, so I approach it like any other game. I want to score. I want to score quickly. But for me, the most important thing, am I getting into good positions? Regardless of how much I score, am I getting into good positions? And is my timing as good as I want it to be? That for me is the most important thing about warm-up fixtures. And coming in, we've got Sune Wittmann, the Namibian captain.
As we mentioned, this different parts of the world getting together, literally the different parts of the world. English players, African players, Asia players. What a combination it is. It also makes it difficult for a team to gel from the first game, from the get-go.
I would say, but that's the beauty of cricket. Cricket brings us all together. Gone are the days where there's animosity.
Oh, tough getting in there very quickly, and Wittmann nearly also another first baller there.
Wittmann is a player, she's worked very hard on her game, wanting to diversify and I'd say to add that extra element. She can hit a long ball. She is a former Northwest Dragons player.
Oh, and no chance of us seeing it today. That is Rudolph claiming a second scalp in 3 deliveries. LBW given out. Wittmann back in the hut.
She will be disappointed with that, I would say, with that performance. Obviously, recognizing the ball is out wide, but obviously Rudolph a little bit slower, wanting the ball to turn in and a little bit too close to cut.
Yeah, and also the bounce not really there to cut. I've only seen 1 or 2 actually pop up. The rest has all been lowies.
Just not reading it as well as she should have. So she'll be disappointed with that. However, she does know that there is another game tomorrow to come back. So I should be looking for a better outing then. Right, the score's 28 for 5. And we've got Eva Gray, who also is an Essex player, out here in a warm-up, I'll say pre-season camp, and is playing for the GCT internationals.
Raising a first ball from Rudolph. Very happy to come forward to that one and close out the over. Alicia Rudolph's second over comes to a close, and also picked up 2 wickets in that over. Very successful one, and not as successful for the internationals as they are half the team back in the dugout.
Yes, you have Alicia Rudolph with 2 overs. With 2 overs, 1 maiden and 2 wickets. I would say she has been the pick of the bowlers after the power play. But Paulina Mashishi setting the tone for this match. 2 overs, 7 runs. That is what you want from your opening bowler. A dream start. Robin Searle will be very happy with the form that her bowlers are in.
Maharaj giving it a nice juicy full toss, and it is only the few deliveries that's been wayward. And Card, I don't think expected that, to be honest. The plan is to bowl very wide to the batter, so that full toss surprised her, not able to capitalize.
And she'll be disappointed with that. Obviously looking for runs and looking to want to play well as this tour's all about. But this one just skidding on, and that means Eva Gray is off the mark.
And another bat's off the mark, and a good run call there by Carl. She and Yanagita had a good relationship at the crease, understanding each other very well.
Yes, these two, because they play together, they will need to build a partnership. Wickets are falling around them. They just need to rotate the strike, look to hit the sweepers. And that's exactly what Amara Carr is looking to do. Just hit the sweepers, just hitting it down to long on. Keep it simple for now. Get a little bit of a partnership going. Because the target now will be to get to 100. A defendable total on this wicket will be about 100. It's not an easy wicket. The outfield is very slow, very sluggish. So 100 is definitely a plan. And they are running hard looking for the singles. But Katie Tapp on the boundary has a bullet of an arm. You do not want to take that one on.
She does have a phenomenal arm. And also on the internationals bowling front, you don't know how many spinners they might have, because the slower bowlers have made a big impact in this game.
I think it will also be very exciting. Hopefully we'll see Ricky Akotsa come in to bowl as well.
Lovely adjustment there by Carl. Setting up to play it on the 45 angle, and Maharaj completely fooling her, going a lot wider, going across her. Just losing her footing.
It's not a bad option. That area is vacant with Maharaj coming around the stumps. Maharaj coming around, it's not a bad option. It's a very, I'd say it's a way to either get the boundary but get more than one run, which is what they're looking for. They desperately need runs. And it's good to see some intent coming from Amara Carr.
And it's going to be very difficult because Maharaj has not been getting any bounce whatsoever. So actually get underneath it and play that shot, it's going to be very difficult. So the change of angle is very good. So we see Rudolph continuing. Don't think you're going to take the ball out of her hand after she picked up 2 wickets in the previous over.
Yeah, scores 32 for 5. Why not just give it to her? Later, this is her first tournament. This is her first season with the Titans. So she's very excited to make a mark here. And what a shot from Eva Gray. All right, a late cut behind, and Amara Carr asking for the third. Could this be a run out at the bowler's end? Ball doesn't get there, but that is 3 welcome runs for Eva Gray.
And there was always 3 in the mind of Carr. It was Eva Gray that thought, oh well, I'll take 2.
But that's why you need a partner there that will force you to run, get the runs, make it hard for the opposition.
A lovely flick off the toes, with just the one. Great work off the boundary there.
Yes, Katie Pryor, also a very exciting young player, under 23, just came back from an injury, and this season, and is showing that.
Oh yes, there we go. There's one of the biggest. It's the first maximum of the warm-up, the first maximum of the tournament, and the first maximum for the internationals.
And a welcome one at that. Eva Gray just showing her power. Yeah, not the best ball from Rudolph. She'll be, I'd say, a little bit disappointed given how well her previous over went, but this is the intent that the internationals will want. They haven't gone into their shells looking to, say, nudge the ball around. They know that's not what's going to get them runs, and they need to keep rotating the strike, need to take the game to the Titans in their own backyard if they want to put up a total that will be competitive. And with these 2 at the crease, just continue, say, taking the singles, showing intent, they'll get there.
That was the first delivery from around the wicket, and there she goes back to normal. She would not be pleased with that previous delivery. Sets very high standards for herself when it comes to the bowling.
Alicia Rudolph is very tough on herself, but also very competitive.
Oh, stumping chance missed. She wanted to come down the wicket and all of a sudden hesitated and the ball just turned away from her and the keeper just could not get to it. Car is 3/4 down the track already, nearly completing the third run herself. Got sent back by Ava Gray.
That was some sharp turn and very well noticed by Rudolph to see that Ava Gray was coming down the track. Not a bad option. Not a bad option at all for the Titans. But also, I'm telling you, the spinners will love this. That is a better line to run at. But also forcing Rudolph to pull her length back. And I'd say that would be the plan. It'll be a lot easier to play square. Ava Gray has shown that she can hit a long ball.
I should be hoping for one of those again. Nice fully. Going on to the sweep, and oh, this one looked like it was just the arm ball going straight on with the arm from around the wicket and very narrowly missing the edge and the off stump.
45 for 5 after 10. Not a bad comeback in terms of runs given how they started. They'll be disappointed with the wickets column, but definitely looking forward to these two continuing their partnership, but taking it a little bit deeper, take it into the 15th over so that they both can play a very expansive game. Ava Gray has shown that she's not going to waste any deliveries looking for any boundaries. So looking forward to what she has in store for us, taking the game to the Titans.
Well, it's one of those situations where you know this is the way the player plays, but also look at the game situation. What does your team need? She needs to stick around with Kai at the moment.
Yes.
Kai 11 from 12, Ava Gray 11 from 8.
Kotze coming in, she's putting leg spin.
We saw in the warm-ups on the practice pitches, she does get a bit of turn and she does get it to rip nicely off the seam as well.
This is an exciting young player, been in and out of the squad.
A little bit of flight, slower than the first one. And that's what she brings. She does play with her pace a lot.
And also very accurate. For a wrist spinner, that's what you want, especially in the shorter format. You want somebody who's going to bowl on the money all the time. And given this pitch, he is loving it.
Oh, great fielding. Great fielding, diving away to her left.
Kotze, it's an enticing car. Tossing it up, is not afraid to do it, knowing that they are in control. She has protection, deep square leg, deep mid wicket and long on, so she can afford to do that.
Oh my word, the easiest one for the day, and it's been dropped at mid wicket, just above that eye line. Good connection, but oh my word.
She will be very disappointed with that drop catch. It would have almost put momentum back onto the Titans side. Amara Carr getting that, that life.
That false shot, bringing a bit of luck. Both these batters have been charging down.
Both looking to play onto the leg side. I would say it's not a bad option given the pitch, but also where their scoring options are. At offside is tightly packed with, I'd say, the Titans' best fielders. Much better option from Carr, learning that that player is there specifically for that shot, trying to get over mid-wicket, between the gap between deep mid-wicket and long on. So, I'd say getting away with a live, but continuing, and not a bad over again for only 3 off that over, 48 for 5. And not a bad over. Especially getting away with, it's a wicketless over, but the pressure is still on. But now we have Gandhi Jafdai into the attack, a very experienced campaigner.
Yeah, she's been a bit of a ball of energy. I think the December break has done her way too good. She's been in the warm-up, she's been the voice, she's been on the boundary here by us as well, where she's been chatting and just getting everyone hyped for the summer of cricket. And for this tournament, again continuing with spin, they realise that pace off is very difficult to play on this very spongy deck at Irene Country Club.
They are. They're getting turned. Amaraka very busy at the crease, wanting to take the single. Evergrey not as keen. You know, typical, I would say, finisher of the game who's looking for that big hit. So to Amaraka, relax. We've got time. That will be her plan.
Now, Carl can almost just be the foundation that they build their partnerships around. She looks like the more compact player, and then the big hitting of Evergrey. If they can stick together till around about the 17th over, we might look at a score over 100, maybe even 110.
Yeah, these two just need to get through to the 15th over.
Sweep shots, and again, great fielding, cutting it down to only the one.
Not a bad option. That deep square leg isn't there. Force them to create gaps. Force the single. Force her to change her line, as well as open up a pocket that you can rotate strike. Because that's what you don't want. There've been too many dot balls in this innings.
That one, the only one interested is Jafta, but never shy to ask the question.
You should never be shy to ask the question.
From where we're sitting, you can just hear us saying, if you don't ask, you don't get. Oh, this one just a leading edge, and a nice thick leading edge just over the head of Jafta.
And Maraka is, I would say, loving it, loving the fact that leading edge into no man's land, still gets the run, scoreboard still ticking, she's still there.
Oh, this time leading edge again, falling into no man's land. First leading edge from Carl went over the head of Jafta. This one dropping in between her and the keeper. Both these batters had a bit of a scare in this over from Jafta.
A bit of a scare. She is lively. Jafta coming in. The score at the end of her over is 51 for 5. She won't be too disappointed. 2 potential chances in her over. Won't be disappointed. However, the Titans need to tighten up. They need to tighten up. They do need to, I'd say, get their fielding back on track. These two have created a little bit of a partnership, so they need to be looking at how can they get a few more dot balls into an over. Quiet over is what they'll need. Kia Kotsa.
There we go, the stumping there. We were talking about her turn, and Carr just running out of patience, and bails dislodged, and it's the first wicket for Kutsar.
And what a ball that was. Tossed it up, enticing her to run at it, but knowing that there is turn, she'll be disappointed with herself running past that one. Very exciting innings. Good signs for what's to come in this tournament. Busy against the spinners. Will be disappointed with that dismissal, especially at this stage in the game now that they are 6 wickets down. But looking forward to, I'll say, to the next one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how they come back tomorrow, especially on this deck. And you can never judge a game until both teams have batted on the pitch. This one was tossed up and a little bit wider than the first over, because every single delivery they got to the pitch, they got in line with it. This one just a little bit wider, gripped, turn, and lovely work by the keeper as Madisha taking off the bails there.
Right, and now we've got Kelly Castle coming into bat.
Now the right-hander.
All right, Kelly Castle, she is an Essex player as well, here for a pre-season camp. Will be excited. She's also a finisher, very strong on the leg side. Likes to hit a long ball as well. So I'd say this could be an interesting matchup between these two, especially at this stage in the game.
Oh, finding the inside part of the bat immediately. And it's just down to the one, just getting off the mark, getting off that dreaded Donald.
Yep, that is, I'd say, is very important for her. But as you can see, the ball outside the off stump, not too comfortable early up in her innings. Would look to target that leg side.
She cleaning up on the fence. Again, just the one. Expect a leg spinner to bowl a fully every now and again. It's got only three on the boundary, and they're all leg side. So forcing the batter to maybe look at the over-the-top option of hitting it over cover, over that big wall of blue.
When Robin Searle doing well, all the players on the offside, all the fielders on the offside are on the ring, very quick, coming in the moment the ball is in the ring. They attack it like a pack. So just enticing. Try and hit over us. Without the pace on the pitch, it will be difficult to generate that pace and hit it over the covers.
Oh, this one just right on the toes. Run out chance. Oh. If you're a Titan supporter, you would have wanted better connection from the batter.
Much better connection, but that's some good fielding. Putting them under pressure again, especially at this stage in the game where they want to take their innings forward. Got sad. Keeping it slow, but a much better option. Hit the sweepers, just continue to rotate the strike. That's the end of her over. A wicket in that over. Scores 54 for 6.
Oh, lovely over. Just getting the congratulations from the entire team. Saying well done. Exactly what the captain ordered. Getting rid of Carr in that over. She had a few lives. Dancing on the razor's edge.
A defendable total here, the internationals will believe will be a score above 80. Any score above 80 with their bowling attack, they will believe that they can defend. It will just be a case of, I'd say, getting to know each other, what each other's strengths are and weaknesses, just having a plan to, let's say, to attack this game.
I feel this is what they got to do for the next 3 or 4 overs. Just get 6, 7 and over. Just get the scoreboard ticking, really get your eye in, because I don't think on this deck you're ever going to be really in. There's a bit of invariable bounce. Worked around the corner.
So much better length from Gandhi Jafta as well as the pace. Right, it's not going to be too easy at that pace, it's not going to be too easy for Evergrey to sweep. She has been the only one to show who wants to sweep.
Oh, this one a lot quicker. That was a bit of grip and turn on the deck from Jafta.
Yes, Jafta is not giving Evergrey any room. She saw what Gray can do, so not giving her any room, just bowling into that hip, just saying you are not getting any runs off me. Has protection out there.
Oh, coming a little bit down the wicket and way across, and trying to access that leg side, and a more of a how do you do appeal than anything else.
Not a bad option. I like the intent. She's wanting the boundary. She is the boundary hitter and will be key to taking this innings forward.
Looking at the second throw coming in from the fence. Oh, had to hurry, get the jets on. Great 2 there.
And that's what they need. Just hit it left and right. The field is very thick, so you know if you hit it left or right well enough, the 2 is guaranteed.
Down the pitch once again, maybe a little bit too far. Just got stuck there in the pad.
The intent is very obvious. Very obvious from Evergrey. She wants to take it forward. I'd say almost trying to overhit it. I'd say just get into a good position. That's what she'd be looking at, especially now at this stage in the game where it is a little bit quiet. This batting track is difficult to score runs.
She must just be very careful that her intent is not her downfall as well. The intent is good, but your team is in a bit of trouble. She's got to be there at the end. These 2 can stay together. We might be in for some fireworks.
Kotze back in for her third. Not a bad option. She bowls a lot slower, doesn't bowl as flat, does get a little bit of turn. And I'd say it doesn't always rip it. Seems to have very good control of the ball.
Oh, there's one that was a lot wider. A little bit more round arm in that delivery as well. Causing the ball not to bounce as much. You can see trying to still hit it on the leg side.
So it's a force shot. You've got three fielders on the boundary on the leg side at long on deep mid wicket.
Oh, leading edge, and it's another wicket. It's another one dancing down and getting to not getting to the pitch of the ball. And the turn and bounce of Kutser, claiming her second scalp. That's a big wicket of Kelly Castle.
Kelly Castle will be disappointed, forcing the ball into the leg side. It's a very soft dismissal, right? Playing against the spin where you can, just bowling wide. A better option would have been to play through the covers. Yes, difficult to get it hard on the ground, but an opportunity just to get it played into the gap, keep the scoreboard rotating, force a change in the field. And
again, just against the turn, trying to work it onto that leg side, and with the little grip and turn that Kutser has been getting, it's not been a lot of quick turn, it's going to be slow turn, so it makes it very, very difficult for the batters.
And now we're into the tail.
You know what it's like now, Sean. Not all there's no tail anymore. It's just the lower order batters. You know, all the bowlers think they should be in the top.
That is true, and given that all these players, I would say all these players have had opportunities in semi-professional or professional environments at playing at a higher level, so they know how to manage and handle pressure. The incoming batter is Arasta Diegaard from Namibia, and that is the option. She has come in and has shown the top order that this is a shot you should be playing against Kutser, and gets off the mark with a very convincing shot. Disappointing not to get her 4, but that is 2 runs on this lush outfield here at Irene Country Club at their cricket club.
Diegaard just getting a freebie, and then what a delivery that is. It's an absolute peach.
If I'm a spinner in the internationals, I would be raring to bowl. I'd be saying, let me open the bowler.
Oh, nice and late, playing it right in the eyes, but no chance of a single.
That's 59 for 7. 5 overs left. So what is the plan now? You have Ava Graham in with, I would say, the lower order. Right now, you've got a big hitter and somebody who will keep the scoreboard rotating. What score are we looking at? That will be the big question, especially on this track that seems to, I'd say, almost calm down a little bit as the day has gone on. It's sunny, given that the day started off very wet. The big question now will be what score is defendable on this track.
I think the most important thing for them now to do is not have any balls left on the table. They got to bat out their 20. This one played on the leg side. Finding the fielder, just the one. Most likely the fielders will come in for the new batter. Like I said, making sure you bat out the 20. You don't want to be bowled out in the 18th, having deliveries left. If you can get at least 6 to the over from here, get you up over that 180, 185. Oh, sorry, 80, 85. Playing nice and straight. Jafta not able to cut it off.
Not a bad option at all. Get over Gray on strike. Make sure she faces as many of the deliveries as possible. She is the set batter. She's currently on 17 off 18, going at a decent strike rate. That would be the plan. And Diegaard executing it to perfection.
All the way to the about the 6th stump line, moving across. getting the sweep out. She does look like someone that loves to entice a sweep, dropping onto that leg. Slog sweep, not out of the question.
Yes, but you do have one of the better fielders. I'd say one of the best fielders in this Fidelity Titans lineup, with Katie Pryor on the boundary there. I think with the pace that Gandhi is bowling, Greg needs to almost consider playing over the covers. Force a big field change. Force her to bring somebody.
Oh, that nearly took off the off stump there. Jafta probably just asking the umpires the varnish regulation on that stump. That was very, very close.
Very close. Thought there were two noises, maybe a drop catch there as well. And that's a wicket, and look at that celebration from Gandhi Jafta. Excited, it's her first wicket and she should be excited. And that brings the end of Degart's innings. Going for the sweep shot at the end of the over. She'll be looking forward to bowl with her action. The score.
And the score hasn't changed that much. It is 62. A loss of 7 now. It's just getting worse now for the internationals. I think she saw the success that Eva Gray has been having with that sweep shot and trying to imitate her batting partner.
Trying to, unfortunately, I would say the timing of that shot wasn't necessary. She'll be disappointed with herself. But as we say, it's just the first game. It's just the beginning of this tournament. And that brings in Wilka Mwatile. She is a Namibian player, one of their top bowlers, a rising star for them. Also can hit a long ball, very tall, has, I would say, her levers, likes to hit a long ball. Wants to swing, wants to see bat on ball, and wants to see it go far. So hopefully she'll get some contact, but on this wicket it will be a little bit tough. The plan will be get Gray on strike.
Yeah, Diergaard going for the sweep and getting cleaned up by Jafta with a very heel-like celebration from her.
You know, Jafta is a top order batter, and as a top order batter myself, if you take a wicket, you celebrate, because not every day you get to bowl.
Oh, big appeal. Oh, be interesting to see that one again. Might have felt that it might have just pitched outside leg stump there. I think it's the only thing that could have saved it. Definitely not the bounce.
Definitely not, but as a batter, you take it. That's the umpire's job.
The batter probably showed us miles outside of the leg stump. Lovely connection to the leg side. Again, just a little shimmy. Getting to the pitch of the ball, getting it on the full. And for the new batter, in tight.
She's playing her role to perfection, which is what anybody could ask for. If you're there for long enough, that does mean you get to swing at everything in the last over of the game.
Giving herself room and a leading edge. And I think it's the best result for the internationals, because that means that single on the last delivery will ensure that Ava Gray is on strike once again for the last over. And now, there's the last 6 deliveries. It's all up against the wall. 80 up, you want to get as close to that triple figure as you possibly can. Big over here.
Maharaj, the young player from the Fidelity Titans, is coming in to bowl that last over. What a time this must be for her. Great captaincy from Robin Searle, just allowing different players to experience different things. That is the purpose of these warm-up fixtures. See what your players are made of. Give them opportunities where, even if you fail, it's okay.
Yeah. Then as a captain, you know exactly then what you got in the bank. You don't always have your main striker available maybe to bowl in that last over. You need options.
And also it's an opportunity for for these young players to see that my captain backs me, which is what you want to see. This is what this tournament is all about.
A lot slower through the air. She's going to go wider. Is she going to go across to that off stump again and access that sweep shot? 5 deliveries to go. I don't think Ava Gray is going to go down blocking, go down defensively. Oh, lovely delivery, firing it into the pads.
A much better delivery from Maharaj. That's exactly where you want to be bowling, especially at the last over of the game. Right, she could potentially pick up her first wicket of this match by just keeping it there. Make sure that these players cannot free their arms, which is what they're looking for. Right, you've got experienced players on the boundary who know what they're doing, who know that it's important to not only save the boundary but will take the catch.
Oh, this one going for the big heave-ho and no connection whatsoever. And just the single.
Motile won't be complaining about that one. We'll probably say I didn't hit it for 6.
Yeah, I planned that.
She's probably like, oh, I'm disappointed I didn't hit it for 6.
Oh, that was absolutely hammered down the ground. Maharaj stuck a hand out, but oh, that might have taken a finger width.
She stuck her hand out because you should try, but I think there was a little bit of self-preservation there. Gray showing you don't need to run for that. She knows she made some really good contact with that one. Sending it over the bowler. Almost didn't pass the bowler.
Almost through the bowler. Umpire taking some evasive action there as well. Lovely shot.
Edging closer and closer to a defendable total for the internationals. Maharaj changing her angle of attack. Evergrey looking for two, and
oh my word, and Maharaj.
One, that's exactly what you wanted, making up for that last one. Not getting, I would say, the contact she would have wanted, but that brings us to the end of the innings. Ava Gray holding it out for her team, ensuring that there's a defendable total on the board. And that brings the end to her innings, and not to the innings
of the internationals. And well done to Ava Gray, which I think will be coming down to a big round of applause, where she actually gave the bowlers something to bowl at in this warm-up match against the Titans. It'll be interesting to see how they started out, because they do have 1 or 2 seamers in their bank as well, but I think they'll use the same tactics that the Titans did, with a bit of spin coming your way.
I do think the internationals will try and give all the bowlers a run, at least bowl 2 overs each, just to make sure that everybody's warm, everybody's ready for this tournament. They spent the day indoors yesterday. The weather was not as beautiful as it is today, but also a chance just to get used to the track, find out how it plays, what areas you'd like to hit, and that will be key for the internationals. Robin Searle will be very excited with what she has in her stocks, in her bowling stocks. Very excited to see how they play and how this innings pans out.
Yeah, we're going to have about a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back with the innings of the Fidelity Titans, chasing down this international score of 95. Close to that 100, close to that 3-figure mark, and where they were at one stage. Great innings there by Ava Gray, 38 of 32, and Watile, 12 of 11, did her job as well. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go get yourself something to drink. It's going to be an exciting run chase by the Titans.
Marawa, that's his Marawa. Don't check it. I can see the concept. When Marawa, that's his when
And we're back for the second part in this warm-up clash between the GTC Internationals and also the Fidelity Titans. And it is first runs on the board for the Titans. Here comes to the compliments of a wide delivery as Jafta face up. First for the Titans.
The Titans needing 96 to win.
Oh, great fielding there.
Jafta ball watching a little bit, but very strong on the offside. I think with how the pitch is, it's dried out a little bit, so the ball will come on a little bit more than it did in the Internationals innings. But Jafta just showing that on the offside she is very strong.
Oh, staying low, and it's been given. Jafta not happy with the decision, but the ball just tailing into the right-hander a little bit, staying very, very low, hitting only about halfway, and it's the first success for the Internationals, and it just shows you it's never over till it's over.
Kate Kopak with her first wicket, with her first second legal delivery. What a start. This is the start that the Internationals would have wanted. Jafta disappointed, especially after how she timed that first one, how she is so expansive, how she builds an innings, she is aggressive, will be disappointed. But that is the first wicket. That is the first wicket for the Internationals. The score is 1-1.
A very similar start to what the Internationals had.
And that brings Robin Searle to the crease. Speaking to her earlier, she did say it will be a grind. This is not an easy track to bat on, a little bit too pace, doesn't bounce as much, and she's just saying as much as it will come on, it won't bounce as much. So it will be interesting to see how the Titans adjust to the change of conditions, especially say the first innings to the second innings in a T20.
Oh, on the money first delivery. It's just that first one that was wayward. The other's been round about that fourth stump line. Just got that one delivery to tail back into Jafta, and success for the Internationals. That will settle the nerves for this tournament. for Kopak. Again, this time I think it might have just straight down the leg side. Maybe a little bit too high as well.
He's just angling it into Robin Searle, attacking those stumps, just saying you miss, I hit. But getting a little bit of bounce, so a little bit more pace from her. Wants to hit the deck, wants to put the batters under pressure early on. Exactly what you want from an opening bowler.
Oh, beating the outside edge. Feet not really moving there. For Searle, almost a stand and push at the delivery there.
I think she was expecting that one to tail in again. She saw what happened to Jafta. Saw what happened to her in the previous ball. Thought that one was going to come into her, but just outside chasing it a little bit.
Just pulling up in the last delivery of her over. Success thus far. 1 for 1 is the score.
Robin Searle will be looking to get off the mark. Try and get the Fidelity Titans innings off to a good start.
Just coming off the pad, there was the noise that they heard, a very soft, thuddy sound. That's the end of the first over, and success for the internationals. It is a 1 for 1 with the big wicket of Jafta that's back in the dugout. Kopak striking very early.
Has a little bit of skill, will angle the ball back into the right-hander, let the one just go straight on. So good control, and especially in these conditions, I think she will be a good option to bowl now and at the death. With the control that she has, just, I'd say, attacking those stumps.
Tebogo Masheke going to face her very first delivery. Internationals going with pace and going with the left arm seam. We haven't seen a lot.
Nonoha Yasumoto from Japan is opening on the other end. Left arm over and just tailing it back into the right-hander. A little bit slower in the air, but no complaints from her captain, just keeping Macheke, say, in check.
Yeah, and as ladies cricket go, not a lot of left-handers around, so this will be an interesting contest as well for the batters. A bit of an angle. Facing left-handers is a totally different prospect than facing the right-arm swing. Lovely tail there from the left-hander, and very well played by Macheke, just pushing it off her pads, getting herself going and off the mark with a double.
Some beautiful wrist movement there just to tail it back into the right hand, always keeping the stumps in play. But well played by Macheke to get off the mark to the first runs off the bat, and that's 2 runs added to the Titans total.
Oh, this time dropping it short, and great fielding. And that's the Japanese captain, Yanagira, getting into the fielding work.
Yes, watching her warm up earlier, she's definitely will throw herself around the ground, but that's, I'd say, that's a standard that you would want to see from an international player. Maybe not as much experience or exposure, especially coming from an associate nation, but holding her own and has a lot to show these young players.
Oh, this time piercing that offside field. Another 2 by Macheke. Going back to your point, and not a very tall lady is the Japanese captain, Nayagira.
So dynamite does come in small packages.
She is a dynamo in the field. She covers an immense big part of the ground. Oh, this one's shaping back. It's a good appeal. Sol calling Macheke through for that one. It's a leg by. Oh, almost feels she's a bit lucky to get away with that one.
You know, must accept the umpire's decision. I think very close, very close. I think umpire's call. But you know, this is what these matches are for. Get everybody back on the same page. Let everybody see what everybody bowls, including the umpires.
And as an umpire, you always want to give benefit. If you're unsure, don't make a call just before you feel under pressure to do so.
Yes, and that's the end of the over. 6 for 1, a good start there. Would be disappointed with that, I'd say that shorter one. But I'd say the differences between the internationals innings and the Fidelity Titans, barring the conditions, would be that the Titans want to play through the offside. What we did see later on in the innings was everything was this big hit to the leg side, but you can argue that was lower down the order.
Yeah, I think they just felt that just going downtown and going leg side is their best option. And well spotted by the captain, Robin Sill. Just instructed the bowlers, just keep it nice and tight, keep it on the offside. Let them drag it across if they want to play. Go back into the attack once again. Starting off the same way she did her first over, and in her mind it brought me a bit of luck.
But also not necessarily a bad plan. You can see she wants to attack those stumps, right? If you do get it wrong, it is going to be down the leg side. But at the same time, you want to encourage that as a captain. You want to say, keep being attacking. This is where you get your line and your length and your control.
And also where she picked up her success with the wicket of Jafta was especially that one tailing back into the right-hander.
I'd definitely say she does have a little bit more pace, wants to bowl hard and into the deck. I think on a warmer day, we would see, I would say, a different plan of attack from Kate Kopak.
I'd love to see her on the Titans home field at Supersport Park on that deck.
I think like a lot of the English bowlers when they toured against and played against the Momentum Proteas, they've all said that they love the decks, be it in Benoni, the Wanderers, in the Highfield. They have loved how quick they are, the bounce they get. So I think she's one of those bowlers that would benefit.
Relish in our conditions up here in the Highfield. Lovely shape back into the right-hander, getting a radar sorted. Check out to the task.
I think it's only going to get better if the weather stays as it is, and I hope I have not jinxed us. The weather stays as it is.
Where's the umbrella, Sean? Where's it?
If the weather stays as it is, I think these pitches and these tracks will only get better and better, and I'd say get a little bit fairer to the bowlers against the. Especially the fast bowlers.
Again, not getting that. As soon as she's trying to get in that in-swinger going, that left arm not working as hard as it should. Just falling away with the wrist and then just pushing it to the leg side.
So the length as well, it's a little bit shorter, so it would be bouncing over the stumps. But you can see she wants to, let's say, keep the batter under control. You can't swing. I am aiming for your stumps. You won't free your arms. And well fielded by Diergaard, the top fielder for the Namibian side. And just showing it there at extra cover.
Yeah, showing no pain as well. That one hurt. That was very well struck by Macheke.
I think that's what you do. You never want to show the batter they hit it hard. I was lucky you got it past me.
Oh, tailing it into Sil. And apart from the 1 or 2 loose deliveries, not a bad over again. I go back, it's 1 delivery to go in her second. She picked up a wicket, only conceding the 4 runs thus far.
And Checky a little bit on her heels there, not looking for the quick singles, is timing it well, so I think backs herself to get a boundary. At some stage, things will open up for her.
Closing out the over with another dot, and Internationals making a game of it. Didn't score a massive total, only managed to get 96 on the board. Fidelity Titans is 9 for 1.
A good start to their bowling innings. Both Kopak and Yasumoto just keeping it in that area. That last over a little bit wayward from Kopak, but I would say she's looking to attack. So as a captain, you almost want to say, it's okay. We don't have too many runs, so please let's get our radar right. But because she's attacking, because she's a wicket taker.
Oh, wide delivery. Still calling her through for the run. Yeah, because she's a wicket taker, you know, you kind of want to encourage it. You don't want to discourage it, but also once you start searching for those wickets, every now and again it does go wrong for you. Maybe just get that radar locked into a certain area. Yasumoto getting the ball to shape nicely into the right-hander.
Yasumoto also looking to attack that, to attack the stumps. I'd say that was a much better ball, just starting on the off stump, just saying, look, it could go across, it could shape in. You have to watch it early, especially as we've seen that she does with her wrist, with her natural wrist movement, does get the ball to come back into the right-hander.
And she's no great pace, and it does look like it's shaping in late.
You almost think that, yes, it will be a grind, it is a bit of a slog, but in the power play, you want to show intent. So somebody like Yasumoto bowling, you'd want to almost run at her, play her like an off spinner. Want to say to her, right, if you're going to bowl, pull your length back, because if you don't pull your length back, everything becomes a full toss or a half volley, and I'm able to play my shots. And Robin Searle, we know from past experience and history has shown that she is very strong on the drive.
Exactly what you mentioned, but they do have the field set for exactly that. They also did their homework, the Internationals, on Robin Searle. They've got long on out, and then also they've got a deep mid wicket out that is very square on the fence. Those are the 2 players that's out and allowed in the first 6.
So I'm feeling a little bit sorry for the batters, because outfield's not letting them get the value for shots they deserve.
Oh, this one, a bit of a sweep across the line there. Macheke, just the one. Yeah, I agree with you. You look at the outfield, you're thinking, oh, a 4 defensive push will go to the fence, and then all of a sudden it starts rolling, and with the amount of moisture on the field still, even after we had about a half a day of sun, it's still very, very sluggish. Wide delivery.
And not a bad option from both batters. They both went for the sweep shot. Macheke getting the single, Robin Searle missing it but still going for wide. With the pace that Yasumoto is bowling, it is not a bad option to play her like a spinner, because then it does open a few more options. get it past the two fielders in the ring, and you get not only a single but potentially 2 runs because they've got turn and chase.
And also it puts a lot of pressure on the bowler because all of a sudden you're being played like a spinner. You've got to rethink your strategy, rethink your lines. You mentioned earlier, rethink your length. And with this deck and no great pace, it might just sit up and still might just enjoy that offside, that leg side rather a bit more. Immediately what that sweeps has done, a lot wider.
A little bit of an overcorrection, but still letting it go through, knowing that there are already runs on the board. It's been a long over already. 8 balls already in this over have been bowled, and only 5 of them are legal. So last ball of the over.
Oh, that one she wanted to go a lot straighter, did Robin Searle there.
Just playing it a little bit early, getting the inside half of the bat. Will be disappointed, but it brings her back on strike, allows her to continue to find her form.
That's the end of the over. That's 4 overs gone. Titans 16 for the loss of 1. GCT International 11, scoring 96 in the first half. Losing 8 wickets, and at one stage it didn't look like they're going to reach 18th over, losing wickets at regular intervals. After 4 overs, batting at 4 to the over. Fidelity Titans 16 for 1.
We've got a bowling change. We've got Wilka Mwatile coming into the attack. Also a tall bowler, can extract a lot of bounce, has experience playing on pitches that don't offer as much pace or bounce to bowlers. Played lots of her cricket in Namibia, but also recently toured Asia. So we'll understand how to play on soft surfaces like this one. So I would say has something to offer. Comes from a high action, so I think it will be an interesting competition. See how she adjusts to the conditions, adjusts to the tournament. It's her first one with the internationals.
Just the getting rid of the nerves.
Oh, and that's brought on a field set change. Is backing herself to bring back the sweeper, bring sweeper back into a cover position, and third is going out to the boundary. But also just looking to attack the stumps. Not a bad option. They just need to find their radar. Start, I'd say, more on off stump.
Exactly like that one, and that one came back quite a bit. Surprising, Robin Searle.
Very good ball and well played. Well adjusted by Robin Searle, just squeezing it out.
Late movement. It's at high action. The higher you let it go, later it will move is the general consensus.
So just extracting a little bit of extra bounce with her height.
They're just falling away in the action a bit. Searle dropping it down the leg side for the 1.
I think in the power play they won't complain too much about singles, especially if they're not going to be scoring as many boundaries. However, Teboho Macheke is the one who's timing it sweetly.
Lovely sounds coming off the bat. Oh, must feel she got away with that one. That sat up nicely, and maybe just trying to overhit it is Macheke.
So got overexcited, eyes lit up, went for the ball, hit it a little bit, I'd say a little bit too early. Oh, didn't expect it to come up as much as it did. but there is protection out there, so she would be looking to play in front of that square leg fielder. And a good comeback from Watile.
Yeah, did her part with the bat, but earlier on as well. There's a few batters who get into the double figures. Her 11 took it all the way to the 20th over.
And that's why she calls herself a lower order batter and not a tail winner. And that was my faux pas, calling anybody part of the tail.
Yeah, you could be lucky not part of that fine session.
Well, I hope I'm not. It's a little bit too early in the tournament.
Oh, overstepping. No ball. That also means free hit. Checker would love it to just free those arms a bit.
And with a free hit, the field set cannot change. So that means that the only fielders that are out is your deep third and your deep square leg. Everybody else has to be in the position, the fielding position they were in.
Oh, going over cover, and that's a lovely shot for 4. The overstep, no ball, and a free hit, costing the internationals.
Not an area you want to be bowling to Tebogo Macheke. She has been playing well, has been timing it, finding the fielders, but with that one, that was slapped over the covers. Not the area for a free hit. We'll be disappointed with the no ball, but also with that ball. I'd say not her best ball, but I think every fast bowler has a comeback.
Oh yes, well they look to double up. Worked around the legs, a lot of work to do, and fantastic work done on the fence there. Great work done, and it's only the one. And it comes the 5th over gone. It is 24 for the loss of 1, just a wicket of Jafta thus far. And the Fidelity Titans making sure there's not a lot of damage in the power play and keeping wickets in hand. A little bit of the downfall for the internationals. They scored 26 in their power play. 1 more over to go for the Titans. They're on 24 as we see another bowling change coming in from the internationals.
Arasta Dehat, she's coming into the attack. Bowls I would say a medium pace. Does get some movement on the ball, likes to swing it, likes to keep the stumps in play. Will want to attack I'll say consistently, but Macheke is timing it well and will be looking to take advantage of this last over of the power play.
A lovely little shape away from the right-hander there. And just using that wrist. She's not a very tall lady as well, so the ball will skid on a little bit more. I don't think she'll extract as much bounce as a Watile.
Yeah, and on this deck we saw when Kotso was bowling, it wasn't bouncing as much. Maharaj from the same end.
But full run-out chance. Oh! That was nearly the end of Macheke there. Had to get her jet shoes on. You got to feel if that hit from the fielder there, it would have been tickets.
So a little bit lucky there, but was very convinced. I think she hit it a little bit too well. A little bit too well. Would have hoped for it to be a little bit softer just to give her some time to get to the other end. But the scoreboard keeps ticking.
Pushing this one down the leg side. Extras becoming frequent in every over now for the internationals. That will be something that they want to tighten up as we get to the business part of this competition this weekend.
You know, we must forgive them. Most of them flew in, haven't had too much time on the field, probably only practiced in the indoor facilities.
A lovely shot through the covers by Robin Sill. Great arm there from the fence.
very quick on the boundary. That's exactly what you want from your sweeper fielder. And just showing, that was just showing that these internationals, you aren't a professional only with your batting and bowling. It has to come with your fielding as well.
And this time not taking on the fielder. This time making sure that she stays the ground after the scare.
And that was Flo Miller on the boundary. I'd say has been dubbed one of the best fielders in Essex in the women's game.
Oh, so I'm dropping it short and can't find the gap, and this is a run-out chance. Oh, dropping the ball and a despairing dive as well. A little bit of a comedy of errors there.
A very good throw to the bowler. A little bit of pressure. Deurgaard just, I'd say, but would be a little bit disappointed there, especially needing that wicket and the important wicket of the attacking Macheke.
Saw the same happen to Maharaj as well. Oh, lovely flow of the bat. But at the moment, it doesn't look like the two batters at the crease at the moment. Macheke and Captain Robin Sills' communication is quite there yet. Still trying to find themselves in South Africa terms, the second part of the season. We run up till around about March, so they'll get through it. As the end of the power play after 6 overs, it is the Fidelity Titans who's only 2 runs ahead on power play stats, 28 for the loss of 1, where the internationals were 26. But the problem is they already lost 3 wickets by that time.
There'll be, as Robin said, it will be a bit of a grind, especially first up, just getting the pace of the wicket. And as you saw with that last one, she middled it. She middled it. So she's also getting her timing. She is not someone you want at the crease. If you're a bowler, you don't want her at the crease for very long, facing too many balls. As captain of the Fidelity Titans, if she stays there for as long as possible with Macheke and is able to rotate the strike, they will cruise to a win here.
Sinead Whitman coming to the attack for the internationals. Right on medium. Dropping it short, first delivery, and a lot of work to do there by Flo Miller there. And oh my word, look at the amount of ground she covered. She made sure that's only the one.
Now we know why that she is dubbed one of the best fielders in Essex.
Oh my word, what a lot of ground she covered there. And an amazing arm as well.
She's one of those players that you want to field like. Exciting, I would say sets the standard for those around her as well. As a bowler, it's always helpful to have somebody like that on the field, covering that much ground.
Yeah, it almost feels like you don't have a need for another fielder close to her.
It's always helpful to have fielders like that, cover lots of ground. You're able to say, right, this area is all yours, and just takes it on and just does what she needs to do for her team, and I'll say for her area. Just, I'll say the ultimate team player.
Oh, going over, straight over once again. Downtown, is this going to trickle into the fence? Yes, it is. A bit of a teaser there for the fielder. Just not quite getting there, and it's another 4 for Macheke. And it is Maraka. And a decent outing with the bat, not able to haul that one in.
Maraka usually has the gloves. It must be a new experience for her being out in the field, standing at middle.
Yeah, chasing is not something that keepers will be used to.
Also, as a keeper, knows the angles that the bowlers will need. I'd say has a good read on the field sets. I think Wittmann will be disappointed with that last one, half volley outside the off stump, just allowing the batter just to free her arms and Macheke just taking full advantage of it.
Especially Macheke, she's shown that she loves freeing those arms, and again, you can just see a little bit of frustration from her because she felt she missed out there again. It was wide, it was off again. In the bottom part of the bat. Oh, this time beating the fielder at point, and she's timed that one well. That's not going to be a teaser. That's another forfer.
Yes, a convincing one as well. Short, wide, and slapped past the point fielder for 4. And that, so Macheke has made her intent known. She wants to finish this game as quickly as possible and get the Titans back. I would say back in control.
And the international's not missing a bit of a trick here, not learning. Macheke loves anything out on the offside. It's almost like they're peppering her offside, waiting for her to make the mistake. Feel the plan for her has got to be a bit more tighter, maybe onto the pads a bit more, make her flick.
I think it's a little bit of an overcorrection where they were bowling a lot of wides, attacking the stumps. Now, they've overcorrected and they're a little bit too far outside the off stump. And especially coming out of the power play, it's not the most ideal over. It has got them from 10 runs in that over, 38 for 1. Not the most ideal, ideal over after the power play. But it has got, I would say, the captain for today, who's Kelly Castle, to bring in Sophia Smale, the very exciting 19-year-old, into the attack.
It's been very interesting to see what she brings. Now she's got a very strange place where she starts from. It's right in front of the umpire. Left arm offie. Just a single. Robin Saul's just going to milk it on the leg side. They're very deep on the leg side.
She reminds me a lot of Sophie Eccleston, because Sophie Eccleston as well start left arm orthodox and also starts either very close or behind the umpire. So it'll be interesting to find out from her. Does she take a lot of her, is her inspiration Sophie Eccleston?
Mm-hmm. Just hitting, it almost sounded like it was 2 noises there, signaled wide by the umpire. She's got a very strange action, not something you see every day, a bowler starting in front of the umpire, so that's not left through and around, that is in front and around.
Well, technically she's not going through anything, so it's just left arm round.
Oh, and she's castled Robin Saul, the big wicket. Not happy with that previous call from the umpire and came back with a lovely little slider that surprised Robin Saul. And it's the first wicket for the 19-year-old. And the second wicket down for the Titans.
And that is the first spinner to come on for the internationals. I'd say they want to bowl their seamers, I'd say, up front, and let them have a bash, and then just say, look, let's get the spinner on, especially somebody like Sophia Smale, come in and I'd say, do what you do for the Oval Invincibles. Mm-hmm. Yes, that is right. She is a youngster that does have franchise experience, that has played with the big names in the game, like Marizanne Cup. So she knows how Marizanne Cup and Shubham Ishmael, and say has won a big tournament before. So this is her first tournament with Essex, her first season with Essex, and coming out to South Africa, there must be a lot of faith in her.
But it'll also be the feeling that you want to give your seamers a run, knowing you're coming to South Africa, which is generally seam friendly. And the rest of the week, the forecast looks like it's going to be nice and green pitches that they're going to be playing on. So it could just be that, listen, It's a warm-up match. We want to give the seamers a bit of a run through as well. Well, that is a success for the internationals. Catherine Pryor coming to the crease. Let's open the batting for the Fidelity Titans ladies before.
She's an exciting young player for the Titans. Has played with them for a while. Has come back from a knee injury, and has just loved coming. I just love coming back into cricket. We've seen her on the boundary. She's a busy player, plays well against spin. So this will be an interesting competition.
Yeah.
Two young players with a lot of potential facing up against each other.
This is a lovely little contest there. Declining the run is Pryor there. Just see her signaling to Macheke.
I think a little bit too much hesitation. If you hesitate in situations like that, no is the safer call. A change in the field set from a short third to a 45. Signaling to Pryor, I'm bowling straighter.
Oh, it's that round arm slider again. The same one that got Robin Searle nearly got Katie Pryor. Katie Pryor there in trouble. That would have been a roar from the fielders, I tell you.
Yes, and that's 41 for 2.
That's the end of the over. A successful over for the internationals. 41 for the loss of 2 is the Fidelity Titan ladies.
That would have been a dark horse wicket there.
Required rate is 4.9 at the moment. They're going at 5.4.
Sinead Wittmann's back into the attack. She'll be looking to adjust again, but a little bit straighter, especially to Macheke. Don't allow her to free her arms.
Oh, fielding. Great fielding there by that very short cover. And that is Diergaard. Fielding has been hot and cold at the moment. Oh, dropping that one short, and I don't care how quick Flo Miller is on the fence there. She's not getting to that one. And it is Macheke. Says thank you very much. Another forfer.
And she just dispatches it. That's what you call an attacking opening batter in T20 cricket. Regardless of the conditions, she's looking to attack.
Approaching that 50 mark is the Titans ladies.
Macheke making it forcing a field change. We now have a deep square leg because Flo Miller, as quick as she is and as brilliant as she is, there was no way she was going to get that one, because it was the one that I'd say got away.
Oh, and here's one that's getting away. Macheke sacrificing her own wicket. It is a complete miscommunication by Pryor and Macheke. And it is a wicket time for the internationals. The third one back into the dugout.
The fielding's been hot and cold, but that was a definite wicket and a key wicket. The GCT International 11 will now believe that they have it in this game. They have a chance. Just a few more wickets, a few more quiet overs. Yes, they're travelling at 5.5 and over, the Fidelity Titans, but regular wickets, especially now 2 new batters at the crease. This will be what they wanted. The early wickets are gone, the big hitter is gone, and the set batter is gone. And that brings in Christel van der Schijf to the crease.
And it's the runner, Sophia Small, getting the very easy run out there. Macheke, the only one that's been able to get into double figures for the Titans, 26 of 27, looked the part, and then all of a sudden complete miscommunication. You've got to wonder why she was the one who sacrificed the wicket there, not Pryor. It was easy for Pryor just to turn around and come in. Pryor's just come to the crease, and Macheke has actually done pretty well, 26 of 27. 3rd wicket down. Christel van der Schijf.
I think that just came up to miscommunication. I've said yes, I've committed to the run. You just have to take it.
Yeah, at one stage they were having a bit of a conference in the middle of the pitch. The 2 batters there.
So disappointing for them. But something to learn, something to talk about at the end.
This one a lot fuller. Keeper standing up, making sure that the batters can't leave the crease, just keeping them honest.
It's also something that Robin and Robin Searle and Macheke struggled with their communication. So I think it is within the top order, batting around that you have to have a plan. How are you going to run? Where are you going to get your singles? Especially with somebody that hits the ball as hard as Macheke, the quick single is not always an option because it goes so quickly to the fielder, especially those fielding in the ring. They're playing on the center track, so there is a lot of hard surface on the table for that ball to get to the fielders quickly. So that quick single isn't always the right option.
Another wide there for the internationals. That could be a little bit of their downfall. Oh, this one tossed up nicely. It's called a no ball. That is for height above the hip. That's a free hit now for Christel van der Schijf. The very first delivery, free hit. Not much more you can ask for in a T20 game.
You can't complain. Nobody can ever complain. What a way to get off the mark where you can't get out.
Well, the way they've been running, there's always a chance then for the internationals.
I would say that that Katie Pryor has ensured that that there won't be another one. She is an experienced player, has played a lot of franchise cricket and with very experienced players.
Free hit. Oh, she goes for the big one over deep mid-wicket, and it's a maximum.
Watch out for your cars when Van der Schijf is on strike.
You just see how nervous the dugout got when it came close to their vehicles there.
In a situation like that, that one was hit hard, it was hit convincing. If it hits your car, make sure you are parking further and further away because she is middling it.
Christel van der Schijf has arrived, and it also brings up the 50 for the Fidelity Titans. 54 for the loss of 3. Only need 43 more runs. 11 overs to get it. Sophia Small into the attack again. Well, what a first one to get. Free hit, you haven't faced the delivery yet, and then they drop it right into the arc.
So it's the confidence one needs going into a tournament. Go there, play your game. Especially you have one of the best bowlers on the other end bowling. You want to very accurate. You want to take advantage of whatever free hits and freebies you get given by the opposition.
Oh, this side just overcompensating.
Smail's not getting as much turn as the other bowlers. And would you say that is a change of conditions, the conditions changing, or it's just her action?
Well, she changes her action. She goes, that one was a lot more upright, darted in a bit more. I think she changes the angle of her arm from where she delivers. She does have that round arm slider. Protea player Fortain has got that same one where he goes a bit around arm and then angles it right into, almost swings into the right-hander. It's the same one that got the captain out as well. See that one a lot more upright. There we go. It's a little bit of turn, a little bit slower through the air as well. Going for the second. Van der Schuyf had to get the shoes on.
And that's 3 runs, and 3 welcome runs. I think Pryor will be, 2 runs. Pryor will be very happy with pushing her partner, getting her back on strike, keeping her busy.
Oh, there's that one that's get fired in quicker through the air. This young 19-year-old's got a great maturity in her bowling. Didn't see much of her with the bat today. She does open the batting as well. That's the end of the 10th over. We're halfway there for the Fidelity Titans, and it's literally halfway in all. It is 10 overs gone, 60 deliveries left, only 38 runs to get.
This will be I'd say a change of ends for Gerhard. She's coming back into bowl. I'd say this could work in their favour, especially given that Wittmann has been a little bit wayward, given a little bit a few loose deliveries.
Yeah, the extras count already is on 16 with 13 wides and 2 no balls. And both those 3 free hits, Macheke hitting a 4 and Van der Schuyf hitting a 6. So both of them went for runs as well.
They'll be disappointed by something that they will have to adjust with, probably a little bit heavy under the spikes in their run up.
Much better. Just opening up that blade is Van der Schuyf. So I beg your Pryor. Doubling up for a 2.
So that is a very good option. Just keep opening it up. If she gives you the room, just force her to make a field change. Force her to take somebody from the leg side, put them onto the offside, so that the moment you bowl straighter, there is that easy single.
Definitely. Also there we can just see Pryor just jumping in the shots a little bit, so there might be a little bit of nip off the seam as well. There we go, Castle there. That one kept low once again. We saw from this end Jafta as well, from the inside edge onto the stumps. That is the 4th wicket down for the Titans, and success for the internationals.
And that is Katie Pryor, who has batted well in the lead up to this tournament, who is an exciting player. Will be disappointed with the bottom edge, but not a bad option. But as Gerhard is a little bit skiddier, better options to be played. So we'll be a little bit disappointed. So that ends her innings. 4 runs of 13 deliveries has brought Tiana van der
Heuvel to the crease. Yeah, she's another young prospect for the Titans. I still feel that if you're batting against someone that's not getting bounces, why are you playing back? Maybe get on that front foot. She's a lovely driver of the ball. She could literally just hit it through the covers and pick up the 1s, pick up the 2s. They can take this game with less than a run a ball required.
But for internationals, they know that they need to take wickets. They don't have runs to play with. They have to take as many wickets as quickly as possible. And if they can't do that, if it's not a wicket, it has to be a dot ball.
Shane Warne, the late Shane Warne said it best, add 2 more wickets to the wickets column. I think that's what internationals are looking at. 2 more wickets here, and the Titans will be on a lot of pressure. And it's normally these small totals that gets tricky. Sometimes you're just too comfortable chasing the small total because you've got a lot of time to get there. And all of a sudden things like this happen, 1 or 2 keeps low. A lot of pressure now for this middle order.
But you also find that most teams plan on chasing a big total. So when you get a smaller total, it's that adjustment. You've got a lot more time. So sometimes your game plan changes, you get a little bit complacent sometimes, you put yourself under too much pressure, a few too many dot balls, and the game plan changes. It's all about managing, and the conditions have not been easy on batters. This is a bowler's paradise at the moment here. At Irene Country Club. But as we know, that a lot of the time in the Highveld, it is a bowler's paradise.
Yeah, especially that front part. It's not going to get any easier. We thought it's going to dry out. It's going to be a bit more truer. It's actually kept a lot lower. It's become a little bit slower as well. We saw when we did a quick look at the pitch as well, there's a lot of grass coverage on the pitch as well. So it could be that he's just gripping the ball. We saw just before departure that Pryor was jumping into one of the shots as well. So it could be that he's just doing 1 or 2 strange things. Van der Schuyf and Van der Heuvel got a lot of work to do now as we see the return of Yasumoto. The left arm, medium.
But as Robin Saul said earlier, it is two-paced. It is going to be a grind. You have to almost bat time in a T20 match, which is an interesting concept. In a T20 match. Batting time in a T20 match is usually, I would say, reserved for difficult tracks in one-day cricket and test cricket, or 4-day first-class cricket. So in a situation like that, where the conditions are difficult, it's a little bit too paced, the ball is skidding, you have bowlers that already have a very, I would say, skiddy action. So it does make it difficult.
Just puts that innings of Ava Gray now into context, doesn't it? Batting through right till the end, and that last over where she picked up a massive 6 on that last delivery as well. Just momentum swinging into the internationals' favour. That's what you want going into the breaks, a bit of momentum. Oh, this one picked up. Not timed at all. Just the one, good backing up.
Well, Van der Schuyf will be very happy it wasn't timed very well. In the gap, there are 2 fielders out there, so you didn't want them to converge. It landed almost in no man's land. But speaking of Ava Gray's innings, there was intent. She knew when it was in her hitting zone. She capitalized, made sure that ball went for the boundary.
This time just rolling the fingers, actually making the ball just drift away from the right-hander. Sumoto just showing a bit of skill there. She was tailing it into the right-handers the whole time. This time, just rolling her fingers over the ball, almost creating a bit of a off-cutter.
I think that's where Macheke got it right today.
Oh, one bounce to the fielder there. Again, Van der Schuyf can be very lucky she didn't make better contact, but a bit of a nothing shot, bit of a flat bat.
I think just stopped herself in the shot. And I think that would be the difference, just the confidence, just to be, it's in your area, it's in your zone. Just free your arms and just swing. Right? Back yourself, back your skill, and that's what these young players will learn. right? Playing with these players, that failure is part of the game. Making mistakes is part of the game. It's all about learning and becoming better.
Exactly what you were asking for. If it's up there, play straight through the line. It's a lovely shot for 2, and again this outfield very sluggish. That would have been a boundary on most fields in and around South Africa. A lot of rain we've had here in the Highveld, especially in the Pretoria area. We didn't even think we're going to have a game today when we got here this morning. Game was scheduled for a morning start and then moved to the afternoon in the hope that a bit of sunshine will come out. It is 12 overs gone. It is 64 for the loss of 4 for the Titans, chasing 96 by the GCT internationals.
And that's what we need to see more of. These young players playing their shot. We know they both can hit a long ball. So it's not just about backing themselves and just taking it on. Take it on. This is what warm-up fixtures are all about. If you take it on, from here you understand, I'd say, the pace of the pace of the pitch, the pace of the bowlers, what are they trying to do. You're able to almost have a clearer game plan. How are you going to go into your next fixture?
Oh, I could hear the batter there just saying, "Oh no." She knows she could have left that one. That was going for a wide. Saved Diergaard from a wide there. Oh, called the outside part of the bat. Going past backward square.
But as any batter would say, runs are runs. Especially in a chase like this. You've got 2 young players in the squad batting together, wanting to make a mark, wanting to be in the starting 11 come the opening game for the Fidelity Titans in the Global Cricket Tournament.
Oh, played up-ish catch. Oh, taken. We were just complimenting them and opening up that blade completely, just slicing it up in the air. And it's a simple catch by Watile. Wicket time for the internationals.
A very simple catch. Very soft dismissal. Stepping away from the ball, almost getting too far away from it. Get as close as possible. However, the intent is there. The ball was wide enough. She could have gone for it. Execution wasn't there. She'll be disappointed, but the intent is there, and that's what you want. Going into a tournament, especially, I'd say from a warm-up fixture, you want there to be some intent. And that brings...
Rashika Maharaj comes to the crease. Bowled very, very well earlier.
He's also an exciting young player. Will be busy at the crease. Will look to get the singles. Will look to I'd say, rotate the strike. And I think at this stage, that's what they need. They just need to keep the scoreboard ticking. The boundaries aren't coming. They're not coming quick and fast, like when Macheke was batting. So it will just be a case of, right, let's manipulate the field. Let's look to rotate. Let's get the singles. I do think this is an opportunity, given the low total, for the internationals to bring in the field. Ensure that in front of the batter there are as few singles as possible. Given that the field set at the moment, you have a deep square leg to the left-handed Maharaj and a deep mid-wicket with everybody else in the circle being your short fine leg, your fine legs in the circle, third man's in the circle, sorry, your backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-on, mid-off and mid-wicket.
Yeah, the left-handed Maharaj. Good control there by Diergaard. Compensating and correcting the line for the lefty. Oh, thick edge. Just past the keeper. This is a fortuitous boundary for Maharaj to get off the mark.
You'll take them where you can get them.
Yeah, you mentioned runs is runs. That's the end of the over. It is 13 overs gone. It is 70 with half the team back in the dugout, chasing 97 from the internationals, edging also closer. 27 needed of the next 7. For them, is just staying at the crease. The runs will take care of itself. For the internationals, it is all about wickets. They can get 2 more wickets in quick succession. All of a sudden, that 97 becomes a long way off.
So even if they don't get the wickets, 2 quiet overs, and the wickets will either come. But it then does mean the run rate goes down. The required runs gets a lot closer to a runner ball, and the internationals will not be complaining about that.
Lovely delivery there. That's that one that just tails into the right-hander. And the Scaife nearly got one there on the body with the throwback.
Well, I do think in a situation like this, the internationals aren't necessarily looking for the win. They're looking to what combinations work. They have another match tomorrow. What combinations work? How best can we equip the players to play the best cricket come the start, the first T20, the first match of the global cricket tournament. That will be their aim. How can we best get you to perform?
Especially with all the games being played here at Irene Country Club, the home of Irene Cricket Club. It's going to be interesting to see how the week pans out. Oh, this one a lot. Oh my word! Diergaard had an absolute horrible bounce there. That was nearly a trip to the dentist.
But that's what you call getting your body behind the ball. She got
All of
behind
it.
the ball, potentially saving a second run. Some good fielding there, or I'd say co-fielding by Sophia Smale. She went in, got the ball, threw it in, still scampered in for a single.
Just too full. This is easy pickings of a Scaife. I agree with you. They need wickets, or maybe get some fielders in a bit closer, build the pressure, make them do something different, make the batters maybe go over the top instead of through and along the ground.
Maharaj has shown she likes that extra cover region, so force her to play a little bit straighter, force her to go over mid-wicket, go over mid-on. I'd say almost play a sweep shot, say, look, try it, the gap is there, go for it, but you miss, I hit. Those are the conversations, or I think the thinking would be around Maharaj.
And it's, as you mentioned, that last delivery, it's a bit of a double bluff as Jana Giga went down to the fence, maybe thought she's going to put it in slower, maybe drop it into the pads, maybe for a sweep and then just bowl the normal line, but that could be the thinking. But as you mentioned, warm-up match, everyone will like to start with a W, but it's not necessarily what it's about. It's like you mentioned, those combinations, and also where do you bowl bowlers when? In what situation do they bowl better? New ball, old ball, middle part? Who's going to bowl at the depth? You mentioned 1 or 2 quiet overs. This next 2 overs, I feel, it's kind of almost going to set the tone. If they can have 2 quiet overs here and take it up to that 16th over, the last 4 overs becomes very interesting.
And that's what they'll be looking for. It'll be interesting to see how Van der Scaife goes about it. She can hit a long ball. How will she handle the pressure of potentially needing to hit a boundary and over to try and get the Titans over the line? And from the internationals' perspective, how do they adjust? How do they approach facing, I'd say, almost an unknown batter?
And how are they going to counter the power hitting?
So far, we've only seen one spin bowler. I do believe there could be more options, especially with the way that they will be in the different teams. There's a lot of spin on offer within the teams themselves. So with only one specialist spin bowler in this side, it's not a bad thing. But now, so how do you juggle them?
Oh, another wicket. Oh, my word. It is a drop catch, and it is the Dynamo that's actually dropped that one.
She'll be disappointed with that one, especially at this stage. That would have been the wicket that they've been working towards. There's been very quiet overs, a lot of pressure being put. She'll be disappointed, but these things happen in a match.
Yanagida dropping. Maharaj. Could have been huge for the internationals. Oh, this one down the... Oh, one bounce to the fielder. At the moment, Van der Skyf's not timing it, and thankfully for Van der Skyf, she's not timing it, because there's a couple of deliveries that actually could have gone down the throat of some of the fielders. Left-handed Maharaj on strike.
With that catch, it should be better.
Oh, nearly snuck through there.
Maharaj is showing that one's skid on a little bit more. Didn't bounce as much. I think that's the key here. Diergaard is is that bowler that you want to be bowling at the day. Force them to get under her. She's not the easiest to get under, especially with that skiddy action.
She's got a very low action because she just collapsed at the end of the delivery, so she's not going to get a lot of bounce. So if she can just keep the length where it is now, around about that 5 meter mark, you don't know if it's going to come up or stay down. It's going to be a very, very tricky little period here for Maharaj and Van der Skyf. Exactly. Not getting up whatsoever. Closes out. Another good over for Diergaard, and oh, how they would have loved that catch to stick. But still only 5 down, 76. Now needing 21 of the last 5 in the back quarter of these Fidelity Titan ladies batting innings.
Well, that last delivery, you saw that Maharaj is not so comfortable with that ball a little bit straighter. She wants to have room, she wants to play through the offside, she wants to attack in that region, so she'll be a little bit disappointed that she didn't get hold of that ball that went up and got dropped for a catch. However, the internationals will be happy that, okay, a little bit straighter, and she struggles.
Oh, this one chipped. Long on, getting it on the bounce. Van der Skyf just rotating the strike at the moment. 77 for 5, 20 to get. As the left armer, Yasumoto, is back in the attack. And compliment to Kelly Castle, who's been rotating her bowlers pretty well.
So that's a pace that Maharaj can't generate anything of. She can't time it, she has to muscle it. It's not a natural game for her. And it's a really good field set, almost enticing her. Play over extra cover, play over the covers, and then put 2 of your tallest fielders there.
Yeah, she's a nudger, she's a worker, she loves to be busy at the crease. That's what she likes. It'll only be the one. That's more in her comfort zone. The power game, the muscle game, She might want to leave up to Van der Skyf, who's hit one mammoth 6 already. It was over 3 hits of her very first delivery that she faced.
There's nobody that will complain about hitting a 6 on their first delivery, and especially after you get to bat deep, wickets in hand. You can afford to attack now.
Oh, Yasumoto will be disappointed.
She really should have done better with that one. The fielding of her own bowling. Protect your stats. That's always the expectation. Especially as a bowler, you want to protect your stats.
Pretty sure she'll have a good talking to herself a bit later on. Oh, the extras looking back. Doesn't matter how it goes, the internationals will look at the extra column and say, oh, it's very nearly on an extra and over at the moment. 17 extras thus far.
I'm quite disappointed with that. Take away those extras and this game gets very interesting, especially at this stage.
See, just holding up. And the pitch is 17 extras, like we mentioned. 14 wide is the key there. And those 2 no balls went for a 4 and a 6 respectively. So as you mentioned, just take half that away. Put 7 runs on there now as well. 80 for 5, 1 delivery to go in the 16th. This guy says, hold on. Let me have a bit of a go in the next over. That's 16 gone, 80 for the last of 5, chasing 97. So 17 needed of 24 deliveries.
Not a bad option to not take the single. Van der Skyf acknowledging that Maharaj is struggling struggling to rotate the strike, especially against the slower bowlers. So it's almost wanting to take it on. And now you've got Kate Kopak back into the attack. She'll be looking to, I'd say, this is the wicket that they will be targeting. Either get her wicket, get her off strike. That will be the plan. And we know that Maharaj doesn't do well with the straighter deliveries. We'll be looking to play a little bit squarer. We'll be looking to play into the offside. So the plan would be, right, let's either take her wicket out, force Van der Skyf off strike. She's got 4 fielders on the boundary at deep square, deep mid wicket, long on and long off. So we know what the plan is here. To give her no room on the offside, force her to either go for the gap or take on one of the fielders.
Yeah, I mean, this is how she approaches this. A little bit of pressure coming into the game now. Deliveries and runs getting closer to one another. Oh, freebies. That might cost the internationals. That is 5 runs to the score. Kopak has been bowling brilliantly. She started off with the wide as well in each of her overs. Went for 4 runs in her 2 overs and 5 runs in that 1 delivery. Also picked up the wicket of Gandhi Jafta. And oh my word, again those extra 22 now.
And that's the comeback. That's the start she would have wanted. She'd be disappointed with that start, especially with how well she comes back. Especially with the areas she's hitting, the pace that she's getting, the bounce that she's getting. That first ball then she has got them even closer to a win.
Two was the call immediately, but it's been great work on the fence. Ava Gray making sure it's only the 1, and take away those 5 runs. All of a sudden the pressure was on the Fidelity Titans ladies. But that extra has just cost the internationals. You've got to feel that maybe for the quicker Kopak, it's not wise for the keeper to stand up, especially because she does have that one that she pushes down the leg side.
But I do think, if she does find her radar, the keeper standing up forces the batter, has to then take a risk to change the length.
At the moment, none of the batters has really looked like they wanted to attack any of the lengths. Got to feel even if she gets an edge there, it's going to be very hard take there for the keeper. Lovely take there to give her credit as well.
Marika has been quite tidy behind the stumps, especially on the offside. Obviously, some things down the leg side. It doesn't really help that the bowlers have been a little bit wayward, and that wides column does reiterate that story.
There's that straighter one that you'll be talking about. Not all that comfortable. 2 more deliveries to go. Oh, Maharaj. Bit of intent shown there.
Unfortunately, just can't muscle it. It's not her game. She is somebody who times the ball, a bit more of a stroke player, will nudge the ball, but will look to play more of a stroke game. The power game is not hers, and there is, for her to get the single, she will have to play a lot squarer.
And the internationals have noticed that, because they're very happy to give it a single on the last ball of every over. Might turn for a second. No. Oh, bit of a thumble. Whitman not able to pick that one up. And it's 2 to Maharaj. And brings Van der Schyf on strike. 3 overs to go. Only needing 9 runs to win. Again comes back to that extras column. 22 extras, 19 wides in this innings. If they can cut that down, oh, there'll be a force to be reckoned with in this competition.
Would be a very, very different game. The extras, that tells the story of what is going on here. Extras almost, I'd say, is the second best batter at the moment.
It's only Macheka that's outscored the extras, 26 of 27 deliveries, and at the moment Christel van der Schyf is 18 of 17. Maharaj is 9 of 18. Bringing in the left arm spinner again.
Oh, an overrate penalty. There are a few overs behind. That does mean an extra fielder must come into the circle.
It's only 9 runs. I think you would have almost kind of done that anyway. But something to keep an eye on, maybe for the captain, as the competition closes in. Oh, this one over mid-wicker. That's going to be a forfeit. Or is she going to haul it in? Nope. It's right in the arc for Christel van der Schyf. Moves on to 22.
A little bit too slow. It's not the time you want to be tossing it up or bowling it at that pace and that length. It makes it too easy for the set batter to take advantage. We do know that she can hit a long ball. She's made it clear from ball 1 that she has the power, she has the strength. And given that there's wickets in hand, that's a much better line and length, and Smail has a wicket. She has the batter that she's been aiming for. LBW, that brings Van der Schyf's innings to an end. 22 runs off 19 balls, and with 1 massive 6 off her first ball. She will be disappointed with herself, especially with how well she's been timing and playing the ball.
Yeah, and she went for another one over mid-wicket once again, and this time the ball just kept a little bit low. And Smail just picking up her wicket, and it's also her second wicket, only going for 14 runs in her 3.2 overs. That brings Kutsa to the crease. Bowled extremely well with her leg spin earlier on. And I think International can be very happy with their efforts. 5 runs still to get for the Titans for the win, but they took it a lot deeper into this contest than I think anyone expected them to.
To be honest, I did expect this from this group of players, having seen them, having watched them, especially given that half the team or half the players have played, I would say, in the county championship in England with the Essex players. You do have the rest of the players all have international experience. So yes, I did expect them to take it as deep as they have. If anything, the worrying sign is that extras column. 22 extras at the moment is something that they will be very concerned about. However, they do have some time between the first match with their respective teams to work on those and just fine-tune a few things.
Oh, that slider again. Yeah, tomorrow playing a longer format of the game, 50 overs coming up. You'll be here to entertain us once again.
I'll be here to talk about entertaining cricket, to talk about these amazing players who have shown so much potential, who are coming here to give us a show, to inspire some young players around, especially here.
Oh, outside part of the bat. Is this going to run away? Yasimoto, fantastic chase. It's only the 2 runs.
A good display of some teamwork.
Between Yasimoto and Yanagira, 2 Japanese internationals. That's the end of the 18th over. It is closing in to the end. Only about 3 runs needed for the Fidelity Titans, ladies.
This is Kopak to finish off her allotted overs. She'll be looking to get one more wicket before the Fidelity Titans finish up this game and wrap it up. Some big talking points for both teams to go through. I think the big talking point will be intent from both teams, right? And just adapt to the situation, adapt to the conditions. I think where the internationals missed it a little bit was that first wicket fell, the second wicket fell in quick succession.
Oh, this one just sliding down leg. An optimistic appeal there.
And they just didn't get a read of the wicket. I mean, it was a really good toss for Robin Searle to win. I think any team would have won the toss and said, we're going to have a ball first, given the conditions, given what they know about the ground and what we've seen. But the long format tomorrow will be a good taste of both teams.
And the depth that they have playing the longer format. To see someone like Kopak having an extended spell, having her bowl 4-5 overs in a trot. I think if she gets rhythm, she's going to be a difficult bowler to contend with. Bit of pace, bit of movement.
I think also just understanding and knowing the wicket. She'll know which areas to bowl, the lengths, the lines.
Oh, Maharaj getting inventive. That one maybe just hitting the glove or the splice of the bat. It's 1 run. Closer to the total. 2 runs away from the victory. 1 to match the score. And yeah, tomorrow 50 over game. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, it's going to be you, Sean Mayers, the international player with our own Avenger. Ken Borland, Captain Cricket. It's going to be here.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, keep your eye on Ken. Gets out of hand sometimes.
The cricket is what's more important. As long as that's where the focus is, with these young players here at the Global Cricket Tournament, nobody can complain.
No, it's going to be fun. It's a fantastic tournament. It's a great initiative. 4 corners of the globe coming together to make up one team, and then the eastern part of Gauteng and the northern part of Gauteng coming together. It was a lovely little flick of the wrist there by Kutzer.
It brings us to the end of the over. 94 for 6. She's a good player of the ball. Last over of the match, 2 runs. Could this go down to the wire?
Could we get a super over? How phenomenal there would that be?
It's not every day that happens.
Especially with a score of 96 on the board. Not very often you draw a game.
As well as, especially when you've got 4 wickets in hand. This is where, I hate to say it, you have to swing.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you need to swing. You need to get bat on ball, take some risks.
Get those educated edges going.
Runs are runs at the end of the day.
Watile, entrusted in getting them either over the line or drawing a game.
Taking her time. She only has 3 fielders to play with.
I think this is the part where everyone comes in and say, listen, go full, go straight. Ask them to hit over the top. Maharaj has not been comfortable doing that.
However, Maharaj has shown that she will play behind her. She's not afraid to play the ramp shot. She will be inventive. She will look to score runs.
So here we go. 6 deliveries, 2 runs to win. 4 wickets in hand. Watile into the attack. Maharaj is at the crease. She's 9 from 21.
Dot ball to add to the pressure will just give the international some hope.
Oh, that pitched outside leg stump. There's that dot ball you were asking for. We're in for a super over here.
1 ball at a time. 1 ball at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but it's inching closer and closer. And what a fight back from the internationals.
Oh, Maharaj going for the quick single. Oh, there's the sparing dive. Sliding it in, and that's leveled the scores. That's leveled the scores. 4 deliveries to go. Beg your pardon. Still 1 run behind. Target is 97. Sean warned me not to get ahead of myself. Oh, 3 deliveries to go. 3 deliveries to go.
Runs. And 2 runs to win. This is game on. This is where tip and run. Tip and run. Get bat on ball and you have to run.
Internationals just get into the batter quickly. Make sure they can't get that quick single. Oh, 2 deliveries to go. 2 runs to win. I told you, super over. Super over.
You did, you did. 2 balls, 2 runs.
Watile doing a fantastic job here for her captain. Bats on ball is all the Titans are hoping for.
That's
Oh,
good preservation. 1 run needed of 1 ball.
there we go. Scores tied up. Who would have thought it?
No, certainly not me. I did not expect this game to unfold the way it has. Now you have every fielder in the ring.
On their toes, right under the nose of Maharaj. Even if she misses this delivery, they'll go for the single.
They have to.
A
They
draw,
have to go.
a draw first game up. Are they going to play super over?
If this is what the tournament holds, you better make your way here to Irene Country Club.
Oh, and Maharaj has done it. Misfield there by Watile. That could have been the one they're looking for, and a very close shave for the Fidelity Titans ladies. It is a win by 4 wickets with the very last delivery, chasing down 96.
This is what you call an exciting game. This is what cricket should be, where the game goes right down to the wire. The conditions were tough, but the internationals came in a late, I'll say, burst of runs, courtesy of Ava Gray. And if we go through the international scorecard, they posted 96 for 6. It all started off with Sophia Smell went off, unfortunately, a duck, first ball of the match. Went out caught and bowled by Mashishi, same with Haruna Iwasaki. Also a first ball duck, and she was caught at mid-wicket. Maya Yanagira, the Japanese captain, caught and bowled very softest missiles, things that they will need to talk about. And Florence Miller came in 7 of her 7 deliveries. Sunay Wittmann came in, showed some intent, 15 runs off 22 balls. That's where you saw the intent, and the conditions started to change, started to flatten out. Arrested Deergaard not troubling the scorers too much, but Ava Gray, the pick of the internationals batters, 45 not out off her 33 balls, went out there with intent and got some much needed runs with the tail. Kelly Castle coming in 3 of 8 balls. Nonoha Yasumoto 3 of 7, and Wilka Matile not out of 6 of 10, doing her job.
Almost feel that the player of the match, in my eyes, is Ava Gray, because she showed that if you stay in, you can score the runs. And she did a brilliant job. Her 45 of 33 was very nearly the tipping point for the internationals. As we go through the batting lineup, or the bowling for the Titans, Mashishi, 3 overs, 2 for 7, opening up the bowling with Kaylee Tupp. Picked up the 1 for 16 in her 2. Rudolph also picked up 2 for 17 in her 3. Maharaj, no wickets in her 3 overs. And then also Kutser, the leg spinner, 4 overs, 2 for 13. And the other wicket taker was Jafta, 1 for 15. But then also, Sean, they started off pretty decently with Macheke. The big wicket of Jafta in the first over as well, the second delivery that she faced. And then also looking at it, went a little bit pear-shaped. Not everyone striking at 30, only Van der Skyf going at 100 a ball.
Now that's where you see intent. You see that Macheke, 26 of her 27, going at 96, despite the difficult conditions, showed her intent right from ball one, which is what was key. Van der Schyff as well, striking at 115, intent was there from ball one. Yes, she got a free hit, took full advantage and hit it for a maximum, and a big maximum at that. But that will be the conversation going into their team chats with the respective teams, will be intent with the bat. Right, back yourself. This is the opportunity to learn, to get some clarity on your game plans, work on them, figure out which areas to target, which bowlers to target, and at what stage in the game. So that will be, I think, for both change rooms, the conversation will be around intent.
And also for the internationals, I think that conversation around the extras will be very, very important as well. They gave away 22 extra, which 19 was wides. And with a game, where the game was won in the very last delivery, that could have been a game changer if they could just cut that in half. Going into the tournament the weekend, it's going to be interesting to see. But don't forget, tomorrow it's a longer format of the game. It is going to be 50 overs between these two teams. There's going to be one or two changes coming in as well, no doubt, giving everyone a bit of a run through on the pitch. Hopefully weather will give us a bit more chance and a bit more cricket. Thank you for joining us. Sean Mayers, thank you very much. A pleasure as always. She's back here tomorrow with Ken Borland. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and don't forget, tomorrow here at Pitch Vision, it's going to be the Titans taking on the GTC Internationals once again in a 50 over match just before the weekend tournament starts. Thank you very much. Drive safe, look after yourself and each other, and we'll catch you again tomorrow morning.